Well, I thought I'd give a quick tour of the Jeep. It is a 1954 Willys M38A1, similar to a CJ5, which came out the next year. This is the model after the CJ, or the original World War II Jeep, and the CJ2A, so it does have the curved fenders. It's not a flat fender. It does have a lot of the original military equipment, so the blackout lights here. And of course this provides little light when going down the road in the dark. Also has blackout markers in the front. The headlights are supposed to be waterproof, and the Jeep does use a 24-volt system, so it does have two 12-volt batteries, which are located here. Now, when it was a military vehicle, it did have a 24-volt port here, and I've heard they used that to start airplanes back in the day. So on the back, we do have blackout lights as well. These would be the bottom ones, and it does have regular brake lights as well. Now, this side does have another blackout light as well, and brake light, and also running lights. So I have no idea if this is the original Jerry cam, but it does have nice looking orange crush on the inside, so it's pretty rusty. I would certainly not use this for water or for gasoline. Now, this is not the original hitch. I do have that. One of these days I will put the original hitch that came with the Jeep. Also, as you can see, it does have a canvas top on it, and I do have the side skirts here, and there's also doors. So I kind of like it for summertime in Florida, so the top of my head won't burn. So that's kind of the outside. One more thing to note, the gas tank's right here, and when you open it up, there is a filter that you can bring out, and just make sure the crud doesn't get into the gas tank. But you sit right on top of the gas tank. There's room for 4 adults. So glove box is on the left side here in this particular model. Here we see the different controls for the lights. I'll do a separate video and show you what the lights look like. We have a choke control, so this is really old school. And also this is a throttle, so you can actually pull this out, and it's similar to stepping on the gas pedal. It is a 3-speed manual with reverse gear. And we have 2 levers here for the 4-wheel drive system. One is to engage transfer case, and the smaller one is to control 4 high or 4 low. Here are our gauges. We have the standard, battery charging, temperature, speedometer. I have no idea if that's the original miles or not. The body looks like it might be, so which is good. Fuel level, there's oil pressure here. Someone who owned this before put an additional oil pressure gauge, and they do match up pretty well. So, and this engine runs quite well. No problems with oil pressure whatsoever. Emergency brake is here. You essentially pull this up. There's a little release lever there to let it go. On the other side, we do have the plaques that came from the factory. Now, this does use a vacuum pump for the windshield wipers, but of course you can also manually control it as well. And when the engine's running, you essentially turn this, and it opens up the vacuum line and operates the wipers. All right, we'll take a look at the engine in just a moment. All right, so we obviously have the hood open, and compared to today's vehicles, it's pretty simple. Down here we do have mechanical fuel pump, so if it does sit for a while, you can crank this little lever down there to pump up gas to the carburetor. Simple radiator, and on the side we do have a 24-volt generator, so it's not an alternator. We also have the 24-volt regulator, distributor cap, and of course the carburetor here. I think this one has a Carter carburetor. Now this is the air filter. and it's a little different compared to today's air filters. At the very bottom down here, it has oil, so the air is brought through the oil, so if there's any particulates in the air, the oil catches it. So every few thousand miles you should empty that oil and put new oil in. This is the oil filter, definitely older style there. It still has the original shovel that came from the factory. All right, so I've got the passenger seat up here. There's a little secret compartment down here for extra storage. And of course, that's where, well, at least that's where I keep the jack anyway. But it's pretty clean under there. A little bit of surface rust. I'll probably clean it up and reprime it and repaint it one of these days. So my next step is to, number one, replace the tires. They're pretty old. They have plenty of tread, but they're starting to crack. I also want to replace the canvas fabric. They kind of look original to me. I mean, they're still holding up, but they're starting to wear out a little bit. Anyway, that's a quick tour of the Jeep, and I look forward to doing more videos in the future.